I haven't done an Instagram live in a while, so bear with me. What's going on?
What's up?
Hey.
How's it
So
going?
just relaxing, chilling. I'm excited to bring everyone some good value. Hey Angel, what's going on? Hey Frank.
What's up, guys? What's up, G?
All right. So JB, introduce yourself. Maybe we can get started by
Question: Can you see me on the screen?
yeah. Can you
All right.
see me?
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Cool.
My head on mine, my head's chopped off. Am I chopped off on yours?
Yeah, a little bit. Me too. I feel like I need to back up.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Hey guys, I'm JB, certified personal trainer and online fitness coach. Tuning in with Anna. We got some great value for you guys today, so we're gonna get started. Let's get it.
Yes, we are. Um, so I had a lot of people asking questions about nutrition and all of these things, and we have some very specific questions. Some are super vague. This is for those of you that are looking to eat healthy and lose body fat, but at the same time enjoy yourselves and enjoy your lives, because it's all about that balance. You know, you can't just restrict yourself the whole time. So, JV, most people look to eat healthy, and maybe you can educate them on what healthy means and why. Why is the certain food healthy? Why do they go for these healthy foods?
Absolutely. So when you think of healthy eating, like you guys want to think of food that provides you with nutritional value. So that's not processed food. So let's break it down first off, because I know you guys probably hear of calories, like burn calories, consume calories. So what is a calorie, right? So a calorie is a heat unit measure of energy. So that's what a calorie is. And then when you think of macros, your macros are what make the calories. So your macros consist of protein, carbs, fats, and each of those has its own function. So protein builds muscle, carbs is your primary fuel source, and then fats also is another energy source. It supports cellular growth, protects your organs, and it helps absorb some nutrients and helps produce important hormones. So they provide some really good benefits. And then as far as like the calories that are in proteins, carbs, and fats, you have 4 calories per gram in protein, you have 4 calories per gram in carbs, and then you have 9 calories per gram in fat. So
I love how you broke that down. I hope you all are taking notes. This is very valuable stuff. And it's incredible how the body reacts to both types of foods. Like your body's going to look a little different if you're eating processed foods all the time, fast food, you know, like even though you're in a caloric deficit, I think the quality of your food really does matter, not only for your digestion, but your skin, everything. Just,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
you are what you eat. So,
absolutely.
what are some good sources of protein, carbs, and fats that people can eat, you know, throughout the day that they can incorporate in their diet to eat healthy?
Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with the protein first. So when you think of protein, you have animal sources and then you have plant sources also, but we'll do the animal sources for now. So you got eggs, egg whites, you have chicken, you have turkey, you have fish, salmon, tuna, you have lean ground beef, you have lean steak. Like there's so many options of protein. And the thing is, like, you want to stay away from like the fried sources. So like fried chicken, fried fish, all of that is gonna take away from the nutritional benefit that you would get from those clean sources. So back to eating healthy, that's what that comes from. So
Great
those are some,
point. I'd like to add salmon, scallops,
yeah,
shrimp. The list goes on. There are so many great sources of protein, clean sources of protein that support muscle growth and a healthy physique. What
yes.
about fats? What are some of your go-to fat sources?
Okay, so we named actually you can get some of the fats from some of the proteins we named. So like, you know, your fish, you can get your omega threes and omega sixes from some of the fish, which like
Hmm.
salmon, cod, shrimp, things like that. So those you can get them from meat. Sometimes the fat comes from the eggs, the yolk and the eggs. You get fats from that. And then, you know, almonds, pistachios, peanuts, peanut butter, almond butter, seeds. So, you know, cashews,
Avocados.
avocados. Yeah. How many of you guys like avocados?
Drop an avocado emoji in the comment section if you like avocados.
What's up
I,
to those of you tuning in? I see some new guys tuning in. Hello, guys. What's up? Happy Sunday. So yeah, seeds.
mhm.
Basically, your seeds, nuts, oils, things like that are usually your healthy fats. That's usually where you find those from.
I'd also like to reverse back to the protein sources. Not everyone wants to eat meat. What are some vegan sources for those that like, you know, the vegan diet?
Great question. I'm gonna let you take over on that because I know that you were doing like plant-based for a little while there. So
Yeah, it was
what are some of your
plant-based for like
favorites?
3.5 years. My favorites is tempeh. I love tempeh. It's super clean. There's a bunch of seeds. The best place that I found tempeh at was Trader Joe's. We
Okay.
have tofu. What else? Chickpeas, black beans are all great sources of protein for vegans. And then I also would use vegan protein just because it was super easy on my digestion. I still use it because, yeah, it absorbs really well.
Did you have so your vegan protein, was there like a go-to source for you that you like the best?
I recommend Matrix, and that
Okay.
is like there's a pre and probiotic in there, so it helps with digestion. And we only have vanilla flavored though, but it's super good, and
Okay.
it tastes great for a vegan protein.
So if someone was interested in finding that, where could they find that?
In the link in my bio, just click
Awesome. Okay.
supplements.
So if you guys are interested in that, make sure after this live, you go to her profile on her main page and click the link in her bio. So,
And then we never went over the carb sources. So, what are
carbs.
some healthy carb sources? We all love carbs. I'm a huge carb fan. I will never cut out carbs. I love them too much.
Let's get into carbs because carbs have a bad rep, right? A lot of people are like, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, carbs," right?
That's so true, and that's something we should probably talk about as well. Like, why should we be incorporating carbs, and what are some of the benefits of that?
Perfect. So as I said before in the beginning of the video, guys, for you just now tuning in, carbs is your primary source of fuel. So that's what your body looks for first for fuel. So some good sources would be your complex carbs. So these are things like grains, your vegetables, and then I'll name a few. So you have potatoes, right? You have sweet potatoes, you have oats, you have rice, like your long grain rice, Ezekiel bread, spinach, kale, broccoli. Like there's such a long list. Maybe I left some out. There's so long of a list if you want to add to, Anna.
You could even have white potatoes, like hash browns. There's an infinite amount of complex carbs. And a
That's
simple carb is a carb that doesn't have a lot of nutritional value. That would be like white bread. What else would there be?
pancakes,
Pancakes,
pizza,
muffins, donuts,
the stuff
right?
everybody likes.
Exactly. So stick to the complex carbs, but also do incorporate some simple carbs to, have that balance in your
Absolutely.
life and diet.
Absolutely. The
So
key
yeah,
is, guys, like you want that balance. Like you never want to hate what you're doing. Like you don't want to hate the foods that you're eating, and you don't want to like live your entire life without having foods that you do like. You can still incorporate those foods. So just having
totally.
that balance. Pizza. I see somebody said pizza.
Someone said pizza. I love sushi. Sushi is really high in like rice, which I mean, rice is really good. It's a complex carb. So it
I like rice.
supports your muscle growth and everything like that.
Sushi is bomb. How
I
many
love
of you guys like sushi?
Drop some sushi rolls in the comment section.
What up,
Sushi.
Paco?
That's Francisco.
Okay. What's up, Francisco?
Uh he said here. So I'm going to go into how does one find balance. You know, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to live this healthy lifestyle, but at the same time, you have family events, you have friend gatherings, and you know you're put in position to you're put in position around food that you may deem as unhealthy. How do you go about that? So for someone that is just getting started, I think you should give yourself some leeway and, you know, be open to having those foods and look at it objectively. Don't attach emotion to it. It's neither good or bad. You're just treating yourself to a good meal. And I think a lot of the times people beat themselves up because they attach an emotion to the food.
Absolutely. Have you ever heard of the fish portion trick? It's kind of a ninja trick.
Yes.
That's a good method to use also, guys. Like
Great point.
if you want to avoid like overeating, like let's say you know you're on your health kick, you're trying to do the right thing, and you want to enjoy some good foods but not overeat them. What you can do is use your fist size and the portions and the macros that we just talked about. So your protein, your fat, your carbs. So what you would do is on your plate, you would have a fist size amount of protein, a fist size amount of carb, a fist size amount of fat. And that's a way that you can kind of like keep control without, you know, overdoing eating those foods that you love to eat. So a little
Awesome.
ninja trick.
I love that. Um, and what else were we going to talk about?
Intermittent fasting.
Oh, yeah, this was a question that came from TikTok. People were asking about intermittent fasting. So, one thing we didn't cover yet is being in a caloric deficit. What does that mean? That means that your energy expenditure is more than what you're consuming. So, calories are your energy, right? They're your source of energy. So, you want to make sure that you're burning more calories than you're consuming. And so, that means that your caloric deficit is in the diet and you're eating, you know, a smaller amount, but not starving yourself. It's important to have enough nutrients to, what's it
Function.
called? To meet your minimum requirements, you know, because your body does burn at rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's different for everybody depending on your muscle mass and all of that, but we don't have to get into it.
That's
Um,
another video for you guys. Body
Yeah, so
types.
intermittent fasting is a way of dieting to keep you in a caloric deficit. You may choose to do an 8 hour window, a 6 hour window of feeding. It just depends on you and your current lifestyle. Maybe you're a busy person, you can't really eat in the morning or you don't want to, you don't have time for it. So you can start your window at 12 p.m. and then go until like 8 or 7 in the evening and then cut it off. So that will keep you in a deficit.
I feel like, have any of you guys had any experience with intermittent fasting? So I pretty much, me personally, I do that now. So I usually, mine's a different window though. So
Mm-hmm.
my window is usually like 12 to 10, something like that. So that would be,
Awesome.
yeah. And I feel like fasted training, I also do fasted training. So for those of you guys who don't know what the fasting part means, basically fasting is when your body, when you have gone 8 hours or longer without eating, your body is in a fasted state. So as soon as you eat, you're in a fed state. So the purpose of intermittent fasting or the benefits of intermittent fasting are your body uses its own stored energy as fuel, which allows you to get those fat burning benefits from that. So if you train in that fasted state, you get more of that because you're burning more. You're burning calories during your workout. So you're burning calories that are stored during your workout.
Which is the fat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a
I've
lot of
actually
benefits.
have been finding myself working out fasted some mornings, especially when I'm going at like 5:30 in the morning. I don't really want to eat. I'm not hungry, so I'll just go and work out. And I've noticed like it's been super helpful. And it also is really good for your mind because blood flows into your gut after a meal and you're just more clear-headed within those first few hours of the day.
Absolutely.
I
Question
think
for you, Anna.
we have a question here. So is it bad for you to eat before you go to sleep at night? Yes and no. I think it's fine as long as you're eating at least 4 hours before bed. You want to make sure that your body's like digested the food, so that you're not like laying in bed with a bunch of food in your stomach. I don't think that's very healthy, but eating late won't really affect your weight gain as long as you're in that deficit that we spoke about.
I have a question for you, Anna.
Sure.
So when you first started intermittent fasting and you started doing the training in a fasted state, did you notice any differences in like your performance when you first started?
When I first started, I'll be honest, my body was a little shaky. But then over time, I felt more energized.
Okay.
Did you have the same?
Absolutely. Because at first my body, because I used to be like a mid-morning or evening workout person. And
Mhm.
then once I started training in the morning, my body was like, what are we doing? We haven't had food yet. But after, like, how do you feel now after you've been doing it for a while?
It feels a lot better. Like it's automatic and your
Yeah,
body adjusts to anything that you do, whether it is you're moving or you're not. Like it will adjust so fast. Same thing with your cardiovascular system. You'll feel more out of breath after climbing a flight of stairs if you're not working your cardiovascular system. So
take the stairs, guys.
take the
Take
stairs.
the stairs. Burn
And
those calories.
yeah, do we have any questions? Drop them in the question box below and we'll answer any questions
I
from
see
this
Gym
class.
5 joined us. What up? Shout out to Gym 5 in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
I used to train there. So that's a super, super dope gym. If you guys are ever in Nashville, go to East Nashville and try out Gym 5. They've actually done some new renovations post having some tornado damage earlier last year. So
Oh, wow. I try for a few days, but I love to eat and I was dying for food. Trust me, I was there too. I did it. I did this like cleanse with my friend who he does like spiritual cleanses and he had me like intermittent fasting for 30 days during doing this cleanse in the morning and I couldn't eat till 12. So I noticed that I was starving because my body was used to eating at that certain hour. But after a while, your body will adjust and you won't feel that hunger as much up until the hour of breaking your fast.
absolutely. I had the same experience. Yeah, your body is always trying to return to homeostasis. So, which is that balance.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's up, Marquise? We have another question in the comments. So, what kind of food should you eat if you are type 2 diabetic? It's a good
I still,
question.
he still
Dennis.
likes to eat his sweets.
Ooh.
So you want to look for foods that are lower on the glycemic index. Um,
Fruits, vegetables, water. You should definitely be exercising.
and if you're going to eat carbs, eat complex carbs. Those increase, your blood sugar a lot slower than a simple carb would.
Another thing that helps with type 2 diabetes, this may be a whole nother video also, is apple cider vinegar. That's something that can help with type 2 diabetes. So,
I didn't know that.
yep. It has a lot of benefits, but like I said, that could be a whole nother video.
Yeah, there's actually so many people that have type 2 diabetes. It's very common among amongst the population in
Absolutely.
America. And maybe
My
we should
dad has
do
it.
a video on that. That would be great.
My father, he's type 2 diabetic.
Oh, wow. How is that? How is what? Did we, did I miss something?
Maybe the apple cider vinegar.
Oh,
Maybe.
how would you recommend that they take that?
So what I used to do, so whenever I would eat in the morning, like I would have like egg whites and oatmeal, and I noticed like right after so I would train, have that meal, and I noticed that my blood sugar would spike, right? So the apple cider vinegar actually helps like lower that. So that
Cool. Good
feeling,
to
that
know.
feeling of they call it the itis, like when you probably experience it when you go home for Thanksgiving or something and you eat too much food and you feel like you feel like you
Right.
want to go to sleep, you're tired. So that's what that is uh, your blood sugars have spiked.
Spiking. Right.
Yeah. So
That
the apple
happens to
cider
me after
vinegar helps.
pizza.
combat that a little bit.
Cool. So it kind of like diffuses
After,
it.
yeah, so maybe after your meal, like a shot of it, like mix it into your beverage or something like that, and that would help.
Awesome. Great tip. Thank you so much, JB.
Of
What
course.
else can we go over? If anyone has any other questions, drop them down below. We've got about 2 more minutes left on
I see
this
Nick joined us.
live.
What's up, Nick?
This was great. You're welcome, Dennis. What's going on, Jason?
What's up, guys? Happy Sunday.
We'll post this live. I'll post this to my story, my profile, and then it'll be evergreen for you guys to rewatch, replay, take notes, do whatever you need to do.
We got some hearts. All the hearts. Appreciate the hearts, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. What's up, Jason? What's up,
Brianna.
Brianna? Is it Brianna or Brianna?
Brianna. I hope.
What's up, Bree?
What's up, Shay? I had to. All right. If we don't have any other questions, be sure to follow JB. I will tag him in this post. He's also an online fitness coach. So am I. We're here to help you, support you on your fitness journey. And what do you specialize in? Maybe you can tell them a little bit more about yourself.
So I've been personal training since 2011. My thing is, the thing that I specialize in is fat loss. So I did men's physique shows for 2 years straight. So doing those shows, I actually got a really good chance to learn my body, how my body responds to foods, what foods work best with my body, things like that. I mean, sorry about that. But yeah, fat loss is the thing that I specialize in. So
Awesome. Same here. I love what I
those
do.
of you guys, sorry to cut you off, Anna. Those of you guys that are following me already, that tuned into this, make sure you guys follow Anna also, because she's also an online fitness coach and she's super dope as well. So
Awesome. Thanks, Dennis. I'll take a look, and pleasure to serve you, Paco. Brianna,
thank
I'm
you,
glad I
Paco.
pronounced that right. Yes. All right. I guess that concludes our live. Thanks so much for hopping on, and we'll plan to do another one very soon.
Yeah. What do you guys want to see us? What do you guys want us to talk about in the next live? If you want to post that in the comments now, we can see that, and we'll get it together and let you guys know when we're going live again. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that
Put
would
that
be
in the comments.
in the comments. Post it, inspire us. This will fuel more content for you, and it'll be a good thing. Yes, I'm getting really tired of taking insulin because I have high sugar. That must be very exhausting. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that. All right. See ya. And we wish you guys a great rest of your Sunday evening.
See you, Anna.
Bye.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having me, Anna.
Anytime. I don't know how to end this. All right. Boom.